Everybody, welcome back. And as you can see, Dan John is finally back from his grand and great travels all over creation. Dan, remind us where were you? Australia, right?
I was in Australia. I was in Brisbane, and then a place called Rainbow Beach, which is just absolutely gorgeous. And I would strongly consider buying a piece of real estate there so I can hang out.
Nice.
Yeah, beautiful place.
So you were what sort of workshops were you doing down there?
Tim Anderson and I were together again.
Tim's great. Tim's really great. I got to catch up
guy.
with him. Yeah.
And he's just a wonderful dude. And I did workshops on coaching. I did a workshop on training over the whole life. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I think it was a great trip. And I woke up today, and I got to tell you, man, I feel pretty good. I had a good night's sleep. I think I pushed sleep until 9 o'clock last night. And so,
okay.
For those of you who don't travel much, when you go to Australia, you get a double, you lose a day, and then on the way back, you get a double day. And it just really does mesh with your body. I mean, it's a 14-hour flight from Sydney to LA, and then we had a delay. And then you, of course, have a flight from Brisbane so it's a long day. I mean, we're looking in the, sneaking up on 30-ish hours.
Wow, man.
And a little lesson for our listeners, while I was gone, I bought a reasonably priced leg extension machine. I think a better word would be cheap. And so while I was gone, I bought a big one and a good one. And so I put that together last night.
Nice.
Oh, and the other thing, my basil and my oregano, I might have to actually become a basil and oregano.
Booming, huh? Booming.
Cow. I mean, just, hack.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, talk to us about machines, Dan, because I still think like there's not a totally reasonable perspective on here. Sometimes I think machines get pooed on a lot, but I think we're of the perspective that pretty much there's value in all sorts of different tools. So give us your perspective on machine training these days.
Oh yeah, I mean, first off, the problem we have in this industry, of course, is that everything is all or nothing. At the start of the year, they have these things where 30-day, 75-day, 80, well, all in. Just only eat this and only do that, and of course, after that, people just, from my experience, when people do those programs, they tend to put on more weight. We're all in or nothing. So machines are not the answer to everything. I have 2 hip thrusts here, and I have a leg extension. It goes to a leg curl, but I'm not big. I've never been a big fan of leg curls. I'm not a fan of hamstring cramps. But machines have great value. Anybody over 55 really should start thinking a lot about machines for any place that they've been, any part of their body they've been busting up since they were young. Good idea. Having the stability taken over. You should be doing other things, original strength or mobility or something like that, to train stabilizers, stabilize, and movers to move. Early in a career, doing too much machines can really it's fine. We all do machines as kids because that's the universal machine was great for high school, but you can be artificially strong in a movement. But when you move to the barbell or kettlebell or dumbbell,
right,
you're exposed for your weaknesses. They're fantastic for rehab. They're fantastic for both kinds of hypertrophy. But they're not the answer to all questions. It's real hard to like it. And I love the hip thrust, but if you're the world's best hip thruster, it doesn't necessarily mean you can deadlift well.
Right.
You just got to kind of keep that in mind. They're great for what they do, and then that's it. So I've always thought the best program you can have is you see someone use kettlebells, barbells, TRX, the pull-up machine, the leg, a leg extension machine, hip thrusts, suitcase carry. It should be a balance. Now, if all you have is a 16-kilo kettlebell, well then that's what you have, and you train with that. But if you have opportunities to use other things, certainly do that.
Yeah, good. Yeah, the killer app protocol is really to say. Yeah, I'll tell you. I started using especially more for pulling, pull downs and row machine was when I was dealing with the elbow issues for a while. And yeah, a lot of you like I love pull-ups. I do love pull-ups, but they were out for me because of the golfer's elbow for a while, and the machines felt great. They kept me strong and kept me moving in the right way. So yeah, I think that's the right perspective, right? Yeah, they're tools. They have a good and useful function, not for everything, but certainly for a lot of things, right?
Yeah, and Piers Kwan, he hosted us down there. He very kindly gave me these pull-up attachments that are just so they're these little, I don't know, plastic sticks that hook on a. So I've got ones that are parallel, and I got another one that goes like this that you can use either way. And the moment I touched that, it was like, oh, this is the answer to pull-up elbow to middle-aged pull-ups.
So wait, explain it to me. They're plastic sticks that
they hook on, and then
it's like a classic pegboard. Is this what we're?
It's the same, but it hooks on your pull-up bar.
On your pull-up bar, interesting. Yeah.
And so now I just take these two. They're about that long. Actually, it's not that different than my. Imagine it's not perfect, folks, but so this hooks onto the bar.
Yeah.
And then I do my pull-ups like this, and then the other one has a goofy handle like this.
I see. So it's just switching the grip position around on a basic door frame pull-up bar, right? Yeah.
And
that's cool.
What I like about it is it hooks onto the pull-up bar, so there'll be consistency on how I load it. And my friend down there, Justin, Justin is the head of the Rainbow Beach has really a phenomenal. Sorry, I'm still a little bit traveled, but lifesaver, lifeguard place, and Justin's in charge of it. And he showed me this doorway pull-up bar that I thought was really interesting. That looks like I don't know, but when you put it on the doorway, but as you put your weight on it, it squeezes into the wall, not the lintel.
Interesting.
I thought that was really a good idea. For travel, I'm not gonna add any more equipment. I travel with a glute loop and a mini band, and that's perfect for up to about 6 weeks. Actually, I've discovered. I mean, not perfect. It's pretty good.
You're often traveling to gyms anyways, right? So works out pretty good. So Dan, one more question for you. What's your training going to look like these next couple weeks? You're doing anything in particular? Got any?
Yeah. I took the whole 2 weeks off, and it worked out just about perfectly. Today, Mike for sure will be here. We'll get our long walk day in. Tomorrow I'll be back on my program. 2 weeks of sun and fun. I did post one picture of me in shorts, and got a lot of compliments over there, which was kind of uncomfortable for me. It was kind of just fun. But I will say my body weight went up. Let's see if I can do I have to go from kilos to pounds. Pardon me, everybody. So I put on 7 pounds in one day with the travel across from Australia to here, and I'm already down 3 pounds. So obviously, travel beats me up more than what if putting on body weight in your life reflects issues. Travel is an issue for me, and even though I fly well, I did get a chance to watch the first John Wick. I had never seen the movie at all, and I will say this: I enjoyed it very much.
Yes, I like the first one. The other ones kind of started to lose me a little bit, but
it becomes like the group is religious and all that.
It gets like, I don't know, they just go into this whole world of lore and stuff like that. It's people, look, a lot of people love them. They did, so don't let me deter you. I'll just say I just like the first one, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And then I saw a real fun new film about a guy who wins the lottery twice and invites these. It's kind of like a Simon and Garfunkel, a male and female folk rock group, to his island for a concert for just him. And the show sounds very painful, but I enjoyed it very much. I try to keep up, on flights with films. Oh, another thing that was really cool. Can I bore you with one?
Yeah, please. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So my friend Andrew Gunn just finished his book on Percy Cerutty, the guy I love so much, the Australian track and field coach.
Mm-hmm.
So Andrew came to the workshop and he gave me a copy of the new book. Okay, that's cool. And then he gave me a book called The Fourth Pillar by this guy. I want to say his name is Harry, and I apologize. I read the book straight through without even looking at the author's name. He's a former SAS guy, okay, Australian Special Forces guy. And it's about Percy Cerutty and, using philosophy in all our training. And then Andrew said, if you get a chance, buy his first book, 11 Bats. Here's where the cool part comes. And I couldn't get it because, Amazon Australia doesn't work as well as Amazon here. And I'm trying to get the book, I go to St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. The woman is shelving new books, and she pulls out 11 Bats. The book I was trying to get.
That's very funny, yeah.
I got it for $4 Australian, which worked out to be very inexpensive. And now I have his book. And I got to tell you, there's some things about this guy, this author. And I apologize again. And I apologize, gentle listeners, for not instantly knowing the guy's name. Author of 11 Bats and 4 Pillars. But it is a philosophy usually I read these books and it's all about, hit yourself with a hammer on the face every morning.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, self-flagellate every morning.
This book is reasonable. His section on drinking alcohol for a cricket team or a special ops group is the way I look at it too.
What the title one more time?
The first book is Fourth Pillar,
mm-hmm.
and the next one is 11 Bats.
Awesome.
And if anyone could share the author's name, I'd really appreciate that. Okay.
Always good to get reading recommendations from Coach Dan John. And all right, before we take listener questions, Dan, you have a new book out relatively recently, so make sure that you mention that one more time for gentle listeners.
It's amazingly right behind me, The Art of Coaching, and this is the book that I did the workshop on.
Yeah, awesome.
Hopefully, pretty soon. I thought seriously by now that the Armor Building Formula book would be the second edition would be finished, but hey, I only can do what I can do.
You get what you get because you can only do what he can do. So awesome.
Yeah,
and that's just Amazon exclusive, right?
The Art of Coaching, yeah, and I know some people are like, well, what? No matter what I do with these books, I think people get pissed off at me.
It's a lose situation publishing these days, but yeah. Get the book, support Dan. You're gonna love it. Lots of great stuff in there as always. So that's good. All right, let's take some.
I was looking around see if I can find it. I thought I had it. Go ahead. Let's get some questions.
I see a book right over your right shoulder. That's your Art of Coaching one. All right. Well, here's a related one. Joe wants to know: are there any other new books on the horizon for you, Dan?
I just answered that. Yeah. The Armor Building Formula book will be out very soon, and then there's another book called The Tools of Coaching I'm working on.
Yeah, I remember.
It's already sneaking up on 200 pages, so it's print. I mean, sometimes I should think I should just, when I get bored, just slap the PDF up online. But here's a good lesson for all of you. For those of you who steal my stuff, on those PDF places and stuff, none of those people ever read the books.
No,
there's a person I will talk off screen sometime, but who just gets PDFs and shares them with everybody.
Yep.
And the thing is, it's real clear the person's never read a fitness book ever, but they share them with everybody. Yeah. So I should add the follow up to Armor Building Formula out soon. I should maybe the Tools of Coaching out soon, but Joe, not many people write 3 or 4 books a year, so
No, that's it's a major task to write one book every 3 or 4 years.
And a number of people have helped. Thank you. It's Harry Moffat, and thank you. I didn't want to say Harry Rollins, but Harry Moffat. Thanks so much. Okay.
Awesome. All right, let's scroll back up here. Steven says, "Hey Dan, what would be the best way to add single kettlebell arm rows to the Armor Building Formula? Is this something that can be done, Dan? Do you recommend it?"
Oh, yeah, just do them at the end of the workout if you wish. I don't think there's a need to. I think the double kettlebell clean is superior to most
It's a good hidden pulling exercise, isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
we're still stuck in. I'm not Stephen. You're a good person, and I appreciate that. We're still stuck in this bodybuilding Frankenstein's monster image from the 1970s, where you have to do this exercise, otherwise you'll fall apart. You know, I never did a single row or pull up throughout my entire first part of my athletic career. I snatched, I clean and jerk, and yet you know, I mean, I when someone did challenge me or did try it, I was just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Cleans and snatches, the any of the ballistic movements work those muscles really well. But I get it. Everybody, still loves. I understand, and I understand why I'd row. But Steve, for you, I would just say, just toss them in at the end.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't work them into the complex. Just do them as a separate thing
Just
at
do
the
them
end.
separate. And then for most of our listeners, the walk after the workout is far more important than adding other additional stuff. In the new book, I'll talk about adding loaded carries to the formula, all that. But really, for most people, if you just did the ABF as written, you'd pretty much take care of biz. Yeah.
Yeah, good. And yeah, I think that's a good reminder too, is that you don't always have to if you have got a good workout or a good complex,
Yeah.
you don't always have to stuff more stuff in it. Nothing wrong with just doing an extra set of something different at the end, right?
Yeah. I mean, I remember in college, one of the fraternity boys, a good friend of mine, Larry, he asked me what I do with my arms. It's like, don't you see? Yeah, I'm over there cleaning 365 and snatching 285. That's what my bicep work.
That's arms right there. Yeah.
know, hanging on the bar for dear life, man. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Oh,
All right.
I want to say good morning to everybody. I know I see Nate just came on. I always feel you guys probably wouldn't even remember Romper Room. I see Nate. I see Jim. I see Wayne. Okay.
Not ringing any bells here, but
Wow. That's because I'm old. Yeah.
oh, all right. Let's Anthony just says about with respect to machines, he'd have to develop TARDIS technology to have more space. I don't know what that is, what that is a reference to.
Oh,
But
TARDIS would be, if I'm right, Doctor Who. And so I think inside the phone booth, he has a massive world inside of it. So I think TARDIS is when you shrink everything in.
well, there's a good consideration there. Are there any space friendly machines? Because I mean, like machines.
No.
Yeah, I mean, this
I
is like
mean,
a
I
gym
remember
thing.
when what was the original one with the bands came out? It's still
Well, the Bowflex was big.
Bowflex.
Remember the Bowflex?
And my buddy bought one, so who lived down in Ogden, and he said, "I want you to come down and try this." And it was I remember Arnold said, basically, I recommend it because it has the balances right. And yeah, you would press for about, halfway up, and all of a sudden the bands would kick in. Funny thing is about the Bowflex workouts.
I don't think I've ever used one of those.
Probably 1980, 81-ish, something like that. Is that the program was 3 days a week, and it really was good programming. What to do was good. Home gyms, anybody it's just home gyms just tend to, home gym equipment. Listen, I just spent a lot of money on my leg extension.
Yeah, machines are expensive. That's
and it is the most expensive thing in my gym by far. And I use my own weight plates on it. They're very expensive. They're very big. But for me, I like leg extensions. It makes my quads feel good. So
yeah, I don't think there's a good or easy answer to that. I mean, it depends unless you start qualifying what you mean by machine to the point you're not really talking about a machine anymore. Yeah.
I just gave the other one away, but I like the tower, that pull up dip.
I was going to mention the tower, and then it's like, okay, is that a machine or what is that? Right? But yeah, I like those things too. Yeah, if you can just get a tower with a dip and pull up, I think that's space friendly enough, and it's a lot of utility out of something like that. Yeah.
I'll go to my death saying the most space friendly equipment is the Olympic standard set. That's 140 kilos, 310 pounds. You get a barbell, all those plates. You can, and I know this to be true, host your whole training system underneath your bed. I do not recommend lifting upstairs, but then later, for years, I've driven parking one garage parking space, one car garage, and I always drive and I park over my barbell and my plates. Did that for a long time, and it takes up no room because now the only problem is here in Utah is that you, when you lift, you have all kinds of road dirt and grit and snow and crap all over your bar all the time. But hey, greatness comes in.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling here. So Wayne just wants to clarify with that pull-up machine you were talking about, Dan. Do those grip attachments just put you into a neutral grip? I think you said that's one of them, right?
One of them, yeah. So again, folks, I mean, I'm not. If you want to go to my garage, but it's basically a big plastic hook that's circular, so it fits and stays. And then so the two of them will be like that, and then the other one is a little offset, so depending on how I hold it, I give my elbows some love. I don't know where I got them. I saw them in the gym. He said, "Here, take a set." They're only it'd be about $10 American. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Justin says if you're prepared to spend a lot of money, I'm sure everybody is. Then he says the Speediance Gym Monster 2 seems genuinely good and takes.
Oh God!
I have no idea what this is. I gotta look up
what you said, but I have got to spend the rest of my life saying the Speediance Gym Monster 2 because that sounds like something I would literally.
It looks like it's coming in around $4,500, and yeah, I could see how one could fold this up, and that's interesting. I haven't seen this before. I'll have to. I mean, definitely not going to get one, but.
But Jess, I just got to say, man, the Speediance Gym Monster 2 is the greatest sentence I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry. That is, I mean, does that not make you want to work out?
It's intense, man. It's intense. A Gym Monster. I mean, man, it's like, why didn't I
Gym Monster? But no, it's the Gym Monster 2.
It's a Gym Monster 2, bigger, better than the original. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm super curious now. I'll look it up later. All right. Christopher just has a comment. He says, "Hey, thanks to Dan for helping me stay healthy through the birth of my second son last year. Awesome. He's using armor building barbell while prepping for a half marathon." So always great to see comments like these.
Well, that is really cool. Hey, congratulations on both sides on that. That's awesome to read. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. People are talking about Doctor Who. They say I have 60 years of episodes to catch up on. That's never going to happen. I hear it's a fun show. I have zero idea what it's about. I've never seen a single episode.
So it was popular, and if my listeners can support me, it was a popular in the 70s with the geek tribe, but then in the 80s it got a lot of it was a high school thing to watch in the 1980s. Interesting. I've been in several relationships where, of course, it's okay to have relationships where the girl I was dating would talk about how her friends and them would get together to watch Doctor Who episodes. It was just kind of when I was in Cardiff, there was a whole thing to Doctor Who. I mean, you could walk. It was kind of cool. It was around this lake, and it's noted for really low end sci-fi, but with great storytelling to make it better.
To compensate for it,
yeah. At least that's what it was. Yeah.
That's cool. I'll give it a shot sometime. We'll see. All right, we got lots of me. I mean, me and Christine are into watching all these old shows right now. We're still, what was our trying to get through not Maverick. What's his name? Why don't I remember? Tom Selleck. Who's the Tom Selleck show? Magnum PI. Magnum PI.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Whoa. And if you watch the updated show, the other one he does, I think it's called Blue Bloods.
Yeah. We were catching that for a while. It was pretty interesting.
In one of the episodes, the girl who bleeds out of her eyes is my good friend Rose Hemingway.
I don't know if I've seen that one, but I'm going to have to check it out. We only got to maybe the third or fourth season.
Well, if you see the girl bleeding out of her eyes,
you'll know that's the answer. All right, I'm going to have to look that one up. Yeah, I like that one. All right. It was like one of those shows, sometimes we have these apps and you just click a show randomly and let's try, and then you kind of get into it,
Yeah.
All right, let's take some more here. Pankaj wants to know if he should pursue a certification, even if he doesn't want to be an instructor. He wants to know if it's worth it just to get better at kettlebells to pursue a certification in kettlebells. Dan, what are your current thoughts on this?
I have always thought that going and I like your question. You have to travel. You have to stay in a hotel. You have to spend money. You have to show up every day. You have to prove that you learned something. To me, there's value in everything I just said. I can do like I'll do like a local gym here. I'll do a participant friendly one, and people show up late. They f around. They don't. So I think the value of going to certification for your own use is good because you put such an investment in that. Um, so I think there's more value in doing it. You can come to my house. I can teach you all the basics, and I'll do it for free, and you'll get exactly what you want out of it. In fact, it was kind of Dan there says, absolutely. Dan, I believe you went to a cert. Is this correct? And I believe really well. And you got to hang out with me, which is
fun. I mean, look, I think those are all. That's all right. I mean, having that skin in the game, preparing for it, and I don't know what the actual breakdown is, but I mean, like, not everybody who's going to these certs are instructors or pros. A lot of people go just for that reason. They just want to better understand how to use this piece of equipment and the nuances, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I would, I would certainly to some degree encourage it even. Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day in Australia, and they were asking about the Olympic lifts, and I said, the first time I ever saw live an Olympic lift, 3 Saturdays later, Dick Nottmeyer had me competing for the Pacifica Barbell Club. I learned more in the cauldron of the Olympic platform than I did reading magazines and all the rest. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I mean, you really can't beat the in-person stuff. All right, let's
and Dan does we had a bunch we actually had a fair number of people, as I recall, Dan. And the nice thing is I treat you all like dogs, so it all works out nicely. Yes.
Yeah, just good old classic.
And then Nate says he hurt his shoulder doing some weird stretching. Well, yeah, I mean, but was I doing that workshop, Nate? No.
Yeah, was it Dan, John, or bust, ladies and gentlemen? Dan, John, or bust? All right, there's one other question I wanted to catch here. All right, let's do this one here. All right, Jim says, hey, are there any issues in substituting single kettlebell armor building for the double kettlebell just to, quote, switch it up? How do we feel about this, Dan?
Well, I mean, again, it's not a program I've given. It's another. I got a friend named his name's Pat Flynn or something like that. He says randomness for fun, and I always remind the audience in American football we spell fun W-I-N. The first thing I'd ask Jim, and why are you going random? And there's nothing wrong with it, but again, both programs have their own values. I just think sometimes it's good to finish something, but
well, certainly, yeah, absolutely.
More and more of I'm the old man screaming at clouds. Yeah.
To be in the habit of finishing things, what an invaluable asset that is.
Speaking of, thanks. You just reminded me of something I promised to do. I'm going to retype my. Here it is. So I was with a young lady this weekend who asked me a lot of questions, and it's funny. And she, this is the last copy I have. This my first published piece. It's a new look at the Beowulf poet, and I'm going to retype it and make it available to the whole world because. Tell you that
because why not? Well, yeah, that'd be sweet.
I mean, it'll be a lot of work to retype it, but the fun thing is, it'll be interesting to then comment on what I wrote 45 years ago. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, we'll talk about finishing things. It's time to finish this one up. Dan, what do you got coming up this week? What else you working on? What else you doing? All that good stuff.
Well, mostly this week, a little bit of this week will be spent kind of, undoing the jet lag. I don't think I'm in trouble now. I got my sauna on right now. I'll sauna before I go for my walk this morning. I planned a quiet week. Coming up in the next few weeks, though, I've got my 50th high school reunion in South San Francisco, and then I'll be out with Tim Anderson again in North Carolina here. Oh gosh, I think that's the second week of October, and then the big Disneyland trip is coming up. So
very cool.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I think things are good. Obviously, trying to catch up on, um, just all the stuff that gets behind when you road trip.
Yeah, travel's tough. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here as always, Dan. Appreciate it. Glad to have you back. Gentle listeners, thank all of you for the great conversation and questions. We'll see you all next week. Bye.